Ooh, the jaw opened up, dude.
It's so excited. Hello, welcome back to Bardic Aggravation, or 2 if it's your first time, because we love you too. I'm Kent, that's Brandon, that's Rick.
Wow. We're doing something fun today.
Today we're doing skill challenges, and if you watched our last video, it's kind of be the same thing. They know more about this than I do. I know a little bit about it, but so we're going to start out with the top 5 reasons, as we promised, of why these things are great, and then we're going to show you 3 different skill challenges. We're each going to run one for the other 2. We're going to do medium, easy, hard, easy, medium, hard, wherever order you want to put it. It doesn't matter.
It don't matter.
Why are you looking at me like that? My number one is I hate random encounters. They slow the game down because now you got to combat against some wolves or some rats or some bullshit, and now you're going to do a whole combat when you just want to move the story forward. Well, here you go. Instead of having to do everybody roll initiative and do a combat, now you just go, all right, we're going to just make this a skill challenge. You're going to fight these things. Everybody's going to pick one skill, roll the dice once, encounter over. You succeed or you fail,
it's so much smoother to go that way than have to waste a whole day. I mean, it's hard for you to get your friends together, let alone you wasted a whole session fighting freaking rats.
A combat against rats can take hours depending on the size of your table. You got 6 players. Forget it. That's half your session.
It's half your session, and then you're like, oh, let's take a break. We just fought rats for an hour. Thanks, man. I've been waiting all week for this.
Yeah, that was exactly all week, and that's it.
This is what I get.
The story didn't progress.
No.
So, and you can make it cinematic. Each one of these things, rather than just this, you can just be like, oh, I'm going to do this, and now I'm going to do this, and I'm all right. Roll the dice, roll the dice, roll the dice. Here's the result. Explain what you did, describe it, narrate it, and it's over. And moving on now.
Yes.
Now you had an encounter that adventurers might have in a dangerous part, but you didn't, waste the whole session, like you said.
For me, number 2 would be, I'm like a shy player sometimes at the table, especially when I first started playing D&D. So sometimes it's hard to get an edge in wise, right? You got your
edge in wise?
Whereas we can't get in a word when we're at the table with this guy, but he's shy. We're trying to play this game.
I'm still trying to figure out what an edge in wise is.
It's something I would say.
It is.
You know, when you're trying to get an edge in wise. So when you have a spot like Hog, like Rick over here, and you never get really this great, awesome thing. This allows everybody to get involved in the game. So it encourages even the shy player to be cinematic, to describe what they want to do, to use a particular skill they have.
So you said 4 things. So you're just saying right now everyone's involved.
Yes, correct.
Everyone, no matter what you're doing, you have a way to get involved in this.
Everybody's individually involved in the success of the party, succeeding or failing at this thing.
It's group success.
It's group success.
Yeah.
So you're working together, and that's what's fun. As shy players, there's the face of the party. So your paladin and your bard and your sorcerer, they're going to do all the social encounters while you're the barbarian and your fighter just sit there and can't wait for the next combat. Now you can take one of your skills, and you're involved in this
100%
social encounter. You don't get to just sit back and do nothing while the bard does all the talking. You're all involved. You'll see. We'll do an example of one of these.
I like the fact that you're able to use little used skills. Skills that you do not use all the time. You have to be inventive and think of a way to use all the skills you have, because Brandon, I, and Kent all can't use acrobatics every time.
Not allowed to.
So we need to pick different reasons and different things, and you're looking down your chart of skills, and you got to find that skill, and how do I worm that in there?
Maybe you don't always end up using the skill you're most proficient at.
I was just going to say, if you're a ranger and you got survival and wilderness, how often do you get to use those? Well, now you can. I'm going to use my survival skill for this. How? I don't get creative. And now that's going to become something useful to you. What other skills are kind of dusty with you?
Nature. Sometimes nature, like I don't really.
That goes with the ranger and the druid. What's something else?
You could say religion. And if you're not a cleric or a paladin, why would you ever use religion?
You could use religion to like intimidate. You'll tell somebody, "My God's going to kick your ass," and you've used religion but you actually intimidated. So because even you can use trade skills in DC-20.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about those.
So those things never get used. I'm a carpenter. When's that ever going to come up? In a skill challenge.
I'm gonna make this little toy trinket.
You can figure out the structure of this thing so that while somebody distracts the monster, I'm using my carpenter skills to knock this beam out, and it all comes down. Hey! Now we can just walk over them and go get the treasure.
Yes.
Because I'm a carpenter.
Play off each other.
Be a team player.
You.
So, number 4, because of what we just outlined, it speeds up the pace of the game.
Oh my God.
And so instead of overland travel or things that are like a slog, anything that could be a slog, especially like these unimportant combats that don't move the story forward. Are you, Doc? What are you, swimming?
No, it just speeds up the game. I'm trying to speed you up. You keep saying words.
See, this should be a skill challenge.
Yes.
Get through this skill
Look at
challenge
dog and
video.
paddle through this.
So yeah, you can do for anything. You're like, oh, here comes this thing, and we got to play this out. Just be like, no, skill challenge. Now everybody's engaged because, like Rick said, everybody's involved. It's not like, well, you and you are going to do this. You two sit out. It doesn't happen.
No. If you fail, you're screwing the whole group.
And if you have what?
If you screw up, you're screwing the whole group.
And yeah, they'll hate you.
They'll hang you out to dry.
It's a good way to make the table hate you with these skill challenges. They're great for that. So, and if you feel like, oh, well, how can I participate? I don't really have a skill that can work for this situation. You can always use a skill to help somebody else that's trying to do something.
Exactly.
You can help distract something, or you can do it. You're always going to find a way to participate by, so, I can't do what you're doing, but I can help you. He needs to make a big jump, his character, right? So I don't have anything to do, so I'm just going to be a springboard for him. Okay, let's see how that works. Roll your dice.
It's so much fun to watch other players that don't even know what to do try to figure out something when it's their turn.
Yeah.
Like they're like, I don't have this skill, and then they pull up something out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It just inspires you. You're like, oh my God, this is just great.
I never thought about it. Like you use it that way. Yeah.
Yeah, so all your skills now mean something. If you got success on skill challenges, which we usually have like one a session.
At least.
So you're pulling out, you're like, okay, how can I use this skill I never get to use?
Right.
A mini game. As a GM, you could just jump in when people are just looking at each other. There is a point in your game when all your players are going to be like, I don't know what to do next. Kind of where are we supposed to be?
It's always that awful
Or
moment.
they're in a store
What do you guys
looking
wanna
at
do?
what am I going to buy? Well, let's do a mini game to see if these people will get on your side, or these NPCs will be your friends, or maybe you'll turn them off to you and they won't be your friends, and that faction is gone.
Could you do that, like when you ask them what do you guys want to do, and nobody can make a decision, be like, all right, we're gonna make this a skill challenge,
Right now, yeah, let's do a skill challenge.
and I'm gonna decide what you do depending on how you roll, because I'm sick of you just standing there not
Why
doing
not?
anything.
Why not?
I think that's a more interesting way to say roll a dice and figure out what you want to do.
Yeah.
Well, as a GM, you should have skill challenges in your back pocket. As you see things evolving, you should be able to pull one out and just be like, we're going to do one right now, because he lays out the rules how to make them medium, easy, and hard. Or if you really play D&D 4E, you'd be really knowing what a skill challenge is.
You'd be really knowing.
You'd be really
Knowing. Nobody played 4.0.
Everybody
played 3.5. Everybody
Did they?
hated 4.5.
Where were you when 3.5 came out?
I was dead. Oh, I wasn't alive. Actually, I don't know when 3.5 came out. When did 3.5 come out?
You don't even
I don't
know.
know, after you died, apparently.
I guess you came back after that. Oh, here he is, back from the grave.
Resuscitated. I was legally dead for 10 years.
Those are just R5 for reasons we like it. There are so many other reasons you could pile on.
They're
this.
like a Swiss Army knife, right? You can just
my
use them for
gosh.
anything. Whenever there's a lull in the game or people are there, you just whip it out. There you go. We're going to use this one now and this one now, and it's great.
So GM sets the parameters.
Yes.
Players make the checks.
Yes.
And then we give out the success points, and then we see what happens.
The DM sets the difficulty,
The difficulty,
check,
the parameters.
what you
yes.
have to roll to beat, just like an armor class or something like that. Physical defense.
Yeah.
So it's the same idea as that. So everybody's got to pick their skill and then say what they're going to do, and then they got to roll to beat. They tell him what it is, to her, whoever. This is what I rolled, and they'll tell you whether you beat it or not, and if you beat it by how much.
Yeah. Because you get extra if you beat it by a lot.
Just like everything else in DC.
Yes.
20 high rolls matter.
And depending on your success rate or failure rate, the GM will give you different rewards.
And failures will, they can mess you up. You can lose stuff.
like health points.
Combat ones, you can lose health points.
Yeah.
To illustrate what we just said, we're going to show you skill challenges.
Yes, I'm going to do a challenge, and I'm going to do an easy challenge.
Okay.
You guys have characters?
Give us the preamble. I'm just using my character from our campaign.
Cool.
Spellblade Mungo.
Excellent.
I'll be using my monk Highfield.
All right, so we already have that stuff done, so we're not,
You guys are in a giant cave, and you've been in this cave for a while. You've made your way through traps, made your way right up to the treasure that you've been trying to get. Mungo, you see it in front of you. The Sword of Omens. The light beyond light.
Ooh, the Sword of Omens.
You
I like
need to
the sound
get
of
your
that.
hand on this sword because this sword is what you've both been sent here to get. You pull the sword out, and as you do, just like in Raiders of the Lost Ark, the whole thing drops. The dais in front of you drops. And
Damn it, look
all
what you made me do!
the rocks around you start falling in. This is going to be a skill challenge to see if you guys can escape
Oh my god.
this room before it falls in on you.
Skill challenge. See how we perked up?
Boom, boom, skill challenge. So I'm going to make this an easy skill challenge. So your DC will be -2 on what you can normally roll, which is a 14. So we're going to bring that down to a 12.
All right, 12.
So I'm just going to put it out on the table. I'm not going to keep it hidden from you because we're playing a video.
Because we're, just for
We're just trying
example's
to show
sake.
people. So your is going to be 12. Now, I want you guys to have to do 2 rounds. It's going to be an easy one. So I want 3 successes from you guys in 2 rounds.
Total.
Total. 3.
All right.
3 successes in total to achieve getting out without being hurt at all. And we'll see what happens after then.
So what, this place is coming
We have-
apart around us?
It's
Is
coming
that-
around you. As you're running out, you see the rocks falling down, and you're moving right out of the way as you have the sword in your hand, and both of you are trying to get out. All right, who has an idea of what they want to do?
I'm gonna use
Acrobatics.
athletics,
Here we go,
and I'm
Athletics.
gonna try to be as speedy as I can and just start running. I'm gonna run, and I'm not gonna panic because I know that
Go, go. You can do it, Highfield.
that's gonna be a 13.
You made it.
Oh, I run.
Yes, you start running, Highfield. The rocks are falling around you. You make a jump. Mungo, you're up.
And I'll use acrobatics. So I get a 8.
8. Ooh. So in that first round, you guys have 1 point
One.
of success.
Because I was... It wasn't my fault. I was running and I was going to do this acrobatic leap, and then Highfield the monk was in my way, and she tripped me with her stupid silly robes.
Mungo, you just have to take.
And I fell flat and...
You just have to take a breath.
Mungo,
It's
you
gonna
start
go-
running
I'm
and you
breathing.
slide and you fall on your back, but you jump back up as you're trying to get away.
That's right. I spring back up.
It is round 2. What are we going to
meant
do
to
to
do
get
that.
through this? You see the light closing ahead of you as the rocks are falling in on your way out.
I'm gonna use nature, which I'm not very successful at, but I can feel the wind and the sunlight through the end of the tunnel, and I'm just gonna keep honing in on that. And I'm gonna
That
keep
makes
running
sense.
to it.
Okay,
Yeah.
I feel that.
I'm just gonna go
I
ahead.
feel that.
I can feel it. I can feel it. I know I'm gonna get out. We're gonna get out, Mungo. We're gonna do it. That's a natural 20!
It's a 3.
No, it's not.
It's a 3.
It's not.
That's a 3. What? How does that look like a natural 20 to you?
I
Swear to God, that looked like a natural 20.
Maybe I had a natural 20. You told me I had a 3. You liar.
20 is not even.
Oh, I was so excited.
On this dice, the natural 20 is a 3 symbol.
That was a 3. I did a 3.
I feel you smell the air and you start running and you firmly get a rock upside the head. It knocks you into the wall. Mungo, you see Highfield take a blast to the face.
That's what you get for tripping me before.
Huh?
How does it feel?
Whew, what's going to happen now? Mungo, it's up to you.
I'm going to use trickery to fool Highfield into thinking it's that way and make her run the other way so she gets all the rocks on her. I'm not going to do that. That would defeat the
sounds really
purpose.
mean.
I should do that.
That's awful.
I will do insight.
Oh, okay.
Try to see where the path is the best, where the least amount of rocks are falling, to see where on the ceiling is the weakest point that I can avoid the danger. I will not help you. I have no time. I'm not using this dice
No,
again.
please.
Don't use that dice again.
No, I'm going to use my special.
There we go.
It's a natural 20.
It's
It
not.
looks like a 6, but it's a natural 20.
I'm so excited.
Wait, is that a 9?
Yeah, it's a 9.
It depends
a
on
nine.
what.
It's a 9.
Is the music note on the bottom or the top?
It's a 9.
9 plus 5 is 14.
You made it! That gives you guys 2. The challenge was 3.
We didn't make it.
You failed this skill challenge.
No.
The easy one. We still have to do medium and hard.
As the rocks were falling around you, you both do get out.
Ooh.
You see behind you, you look at Highfield and you see the rocks collapse on her ankle. And she falls on the ground holding her ankle. And you look up and you see the whole temple in front of you falls to the ground. Rocks fly out and you see a huge beast come out and it lands. I want my sword.
Well, first I'm gonna before I give him the sword, I'm gonna cut off Highfield's legs so we can get her out of here.
Good idea.
You were trapped.
This
We
is a
don't
skill
have time.
challenge. How do you chew off their
We don't
leg?
have time for this.
See how much fun that is? That's just fun.
Oh, that was
So I
It's
guess
just
we got to give the
goofy.
beast a sword.
It's just fun. Well, we don't know. We'll see where this goes. We'll have to just turn this is a whole campaign now.
How do you feel on Mungo?
This is the whole campaign. Now, had you succeeded, I had other thoughts in mind. Whereas if you totally did it, you wouldn't even got to the door. You'd have found a different exit and maybe made it into a hoard of treasure to where you could find a different way out.
Oh,
Why do you have to tease us like that?
I know.
I'd have
If you
different
hadn't
ideas.
sucked.
Had you done better, you'd have had better results.
Okay, stop rubbing it in. We suck. We know.
But you suck.
So, this is going to be the medium challenge, right? It's going to be 3 rounds. All right?
Okay,
Because it's a little bit harder.
for sure.
So, for this one, you're going to need 4 out of 4 successes
4 successes.
between the two of you, okay? For this one's
This is
medium.
a combat challenge, right?
Yes.
Combat challenge.
Combat.
Scenario. Let's hear the scenario.
Yes,
I'm ready.
combat challenge.
Combat challenge.
You guys are walking through the forest. It's been a while, right? You're licking your wounds from.
It's been a while since we've been in the forest, or we've been in the forest for a while.
It's been a while since you've been in the town where you've been safe. But now you're in the forest where danger lurks. Evil's amok.
Evil's a muck.
You-
The evil's all f***ed up
Man,
here. It's all
muck,
just
muck,
a
muck.
muck.
Anyways.
It's not organized evil.
Anyways,
It's everywhere.
the night's dark. Clear sky.
As opposed to light nights.
And off in the distance, you hear a
It's a clear sky.
howl. A pack of wolves surround you.
Oh, because we heard that howl that sounded like an owl, not a wolf. Howl. Give us a wolf howl.
I can't now.
Can you yodel?
And that's
That sounded like a wolf. There we go. All right, now I'm scared. Okay, you set the tone on. This is great.
There's 5 of them. You look all around, and there seems to be no way. They keep backing you. They're getting closer and closer and closer, and you can see one that looks much more beefier. That's the alpha, and you can see the other 4 kind of following its lead. They back you up. You both back against a tree. What are you gonna do?
All right, I'm going to. Can I go? Are you good with that?
What are you going to do?
I'm going to put my hand in my satchel. I'm going to pull out a torch and I'm going to light it. And I'm going to use intimidation to try to keep them away
Oh,
and keep them at bay. I'm going to try to keep these back, you foul beasts!
so as you grab into your pocket, you hear one of them snarl and like snap at you as it kind of rears to the fire. Give me a roll.
That is a 13.
So 13 is exactly what you need.
What's it, chow? I'm keeping them
So-
back, my friend Mungo.
So as they snarl and bark at you, you kind of stand back. The alpha still kind of pushes forward a little bit as it snarls at you. Still, you can see the fire dancing in its eyes. What are you gonna do, Mungo?
All right, I'm going to use one of my maneuvers, my whirlwind maneuver.
Ooh.
And since your fire kind of, what did you roll?
13.
We got
I
it.
barely made it.
So that's yes. I'm okay. That seemed to work. So I'm going to use it crackles with lightning on the end because it's my what do you call it? Bound weapon. My bound weapon. So
Bondage weapon.
I'll do the same thing and swing it around. I like wolves. Why are you gonna make us fight wolves? That's an 18, right?
Yes.
Why am I asking? you?
That's 18.
So what's your right now? You got
It'd be my attack check because I used whirlwind. So
plus 4.
Plus
So
4.
that's 18 plus 4.
23, 22.
22. So yeah, that's only 9. So you only succeeded
5
by
above.
1.
It's 2 successes though.
2 successes, yeah.
Yeah, 2 successes. So there you go. So
And we
as
have 3 successes already.
Yes. So as you get back to the tree, you hit the tree and you pull out your medium. You lunge forward, just as he pulls out his little torch thingy, and you're able to back the wolves up a bit. as your meteor hammer just swipes right over them. You don't hit them, but you.
Yeah, shoot, go away.
Perfect.
And just as that happens, there's a wolf that comes off to the side and lunges at you. This is round 2. What are you gonna do, Rick?
I am going to put my hand on Mungo's back and pull the torch around toward the wolf coming toward me. I'm going to give help to my friend swinging the meteor hammer around.
What are you gonna do, Mungo?
The tree's behind me.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I am going to wait just to the last second and cast Misty Step. So the stupid wolf goes into the tree with his head. Poof.
Oh,
And then it won't know what hit it, and it would be very scared of me.
that's quite interesting. Let's see how that rolls out.
I suck at that spell. That's a 3?
That's a 3. Yes, that is.
Could be a
that's
5.
It's a bona fide 3.
I gotta help though. D8?
Yep, it's a D8. So
No, it doesn't work that way.
how's it work?
You get
You have
advantage.
to roll your own. No,
That's what
you
I'm saying,
can't-
I get to roll.
not during a skill challenge.
I don't roll my D8?
If you say you want to help somebody, that just means you don't have something to do on your own, but you still have to pass a skill challenge. You have to still roll a 20 and
Oh,
add
do you? Okay.
whatever. You got to use a skill to help me.
I'm going to use my skill of stealth to help you. Get a little push off. And so I feel you about to cast some
Well,
magic.
whatever you did doesn't work because I failed. So your help
What if I
is
roll?
useless.
So that is a.
So my skill just helps. It doesn't help even though I
You'll get a
rolled
success if you
I
beat
rolled a
it.
20.
Natural?
No, 16 plus 4.
All right, that's a success and a failure.
So that's a success and a failure. Okay. So now currently, that's after 2 rounds. You guys have 4 successes. So if you don't fail the next round, you guys have succeeded. This.
We need 6 total.
4 total.
Well,
You
we
have-
already won then.
Not necessarily, because the last round, if you roll a 1, you lose that success.
All right.
So
You just have to not roll a 1.
yes.
All right. We can just do that right now.
So I'm gonna narrate this.
Okay.
So you go to use Misty Step, and just without fail, you go, and you're on the other side of the alpha. The one that was lunging at you lunges at
Cedric.
Cedric. Sorry, fuck me. Lunges at Cedric,
Cedric,
and
fuck me, that's his name.
he's able to battle it off. As it stands in front of him, hunched over. The alpha quickly turns. He turns around at you. What are you guys gonna do? It's final round.
I will use my trickery to trick him
Oh, okay. All right. What are you gonna
into
trick him?
thinking. I'm gonna trick him into thinking I am much bigger and stronger than I am. So I'm gonna stomp my feet and move to the side and flail my freaking little torch around and just make myself look bigger.
I'm going to do the same thing. I'll use my performance, my theater
Oh,
trade skill.
Ooh.
So we're going to,
There
if
you
I
go.
see what he's doing, and I'm like, yes, let's act like a couple of Sasquatches. 'Cause
Ah.
Wolves have to be afraid of Sasquatches.
Always.
So we'll just, whatever.
all right.
Oh crap. That's an 18.
That's a 14.
Dun,
That's a
dun, dun.
success. And next success plus 5. So it's 1, 2, 6 successes. 7 successes. Seven successes. So you guys do this masterful display of alphaness and
Alpinus.
and the pack of wolves stands down, and you see the alpha walk up to you and nuzzle into you and accept you as their alpha. And now
I think it's in love with us.
you have a pack of wolves on your side.
Ooh. What do we do with them?
I don't know.
We take them to the circus?
I'm a halfling, so I'm going to ride this one. I'm going to get right on
Oh,
the
yes.
I'm going to ride it!
You have a little pony. Mount.
Let's go!
So that a little battle that could have regular battle could have taken multiple rounds of multiple hit point loss or health point loss. It could have lasted a whole session. We just put that down into about 10-15 minutes. That was really easy.
Now, had we failed, you'd have probably given us damage.
Damage.
With these battles, so if you fail, you still win this combat because
Yes.
this combat is meant to be winnable. These
Yes,
skill
exactly.
challenges, but you will have taken damage probably.
Mm-hmm.
You may have lost some item or something.
Maybe the wolf pack still hunts us.
Yeah.
Or they
it could
follow
still be out
us.
there,
Yeah,
yeah.
now they got a grudge.
Yeah, it could be
We
anything.
made enemies.
Right.
We don't want.
Now we have friends.
Yeah, but you're probably going to take some damage. The whole party doesn't normally take damage, just people that failed, but you can make it the whole party if you want to, so that everybody really hates those failures. Peoples. And another point is you saw, okay, there was maneuvers used and magic used. For the skill challenges, you don't lose mana points and stamina points. It's just stating what you're doing, but all you're ever doing is rolling the d20 to try to beat the DC check. So this is the hard challenge. So it's going to be, the DC is going to be a +0. Those are the ones, minus stuff. So this is going to be their save DC, which is 14 at level 1, which is where we are. It's going to be 2 rounds. So to make it a little more difficult, there's only 2 of them. Now they got to get 4 successes total, which means they got to get 2 successes each round. They could potentially get 4 in the first round if they both roll above 5 or 10 above, even 5 above each of them. But so we'll see. What are the odds, though? I don't know, Matt. I don't care. Claudio
does.
He'll tell you. All right, so
What's our scenario?
one of your party members has been captured.
No!
It's awful. By an enemy, and the clock is ticking. You need an item that they want to trade your party member for. Otherwise, they're gonna kill your party member. You got only a couple hours because you've been wasting your time like you guys do. Bunch of
Talking. We're
layabouts.
sitting around talking,
We've been
shopping.
relaxing.
We're probably shopping.
So you find out that the only person that knows where this item is in a prison, a secure one. Round 1 is you gotta sneak into this prison to talk to this prisoner because they don't allow anybody to talk to this prisoner. That's part of their punishment. They're not allowed any outside talking with. So first thing you gotta do is get past the guards somehow to get to this prisoner. What are you gonna do to get into this castle-y, fortressy, Alcatraz-ish place?
I don't normally do this, Inch, but I'm gonna use my womanly ways and try to influence that guard over there.
Let's stop there. Let me go first. I'm going to sneak in and cause a distraction. We'll save that for later. Distraction. I'm going to use stealth and try to sneak around this guy and make a distraction or something, so maybe I'll look over there. Good Lord. That is a 12 on the die.
That's a fail. What are you doing, Highfield? You're showing your tits? What?
Yeah, I was going to try to influence our way in by talking to him and telling him he's such a lovely man. I have never seen a better physique than him. He must be very well
Please roll.
sought out.
Please roll.
And you're bald and ugly? All right, if you succeed, I'll just say this guy's half blind. That's very poetic right there. That's a natural
I
1.
rolled a 1.
You do your stuff with the guard. The guard catches you trying to get through and tells Ugly here, I'm not into that kind of crap. Get out of here before I arrest the both of you and throw you into myself.
Do you know who I am?
I don't care who you are.
My name is Cedric Montague Fairfax. And I'm going to use my influence to try to influence him.
No, this way is done. You got to
That's
find
it?
Yeah. You got to find another way to get in.
I'm climbing a window.
This is closed. So yeah, we'll call this 3 rounds then. 6 successes you need.
I guess we have to walk out.
So yeah, that guard he's ready to arrest you right now. So you better skedaddle.
So I'm gonna walk out, and I'm gonna case the joint, and I'm gonna use my awareness to try to look for any kind of like window we can slip in, or a little vent we might be able to crawl in, like what's his name from Die Hard.
Just roll.
Okay.
It's supposed to speed the game up.
Nope.
Wow.
That's a 6 total.
All right, it's all mine. It's all in my hands, huh? I'm going to use sleight of hand to find that door he was looking at, push him to the side, and open it.
You better roll a natural 20.
Not today, folks. That's an 11.
Wah.
And we're done.
So you guys try that one, and it just fails so
cannot
miserably
get
that the
in this
guard
place.
comes over and grabs you, and now you're arrested. You're thrown in there, and you only have an hour to find this prisoner and talk to this prisoner, but
we lost the skill challenge.
I feel like we won though because
now
we're in prison.
Now it's going to be even harder. So you had an hour to try to get this done. Now you have about a half an hour.
Thanks, skill challenge.
Okay, find the biggest guy and fight him.
It's done. You're done.
What?
It's
You're
over.
done.
We
So
lost the skill challenge.
if you were going to continue the game, then you would be like, I would say, you know, now you got half the time, and you still have to get out of this one.
Yeah, now you.
And then you still got to find the prisoner and interrogate him. So now the stakes just got raised because they just disappointed everybody. I had a character for the guy you were going to interrogate too. I was like, I'm not going to waste it on the guard because they're not going to spend any time with the guard. I want to make it for the prisoners. It'd be a fun little thing.
Get to him.
I was like, motherfuckers. So there you go. That's how skill challenges work. You can do them for anything. Use your imagination. These were just 3 very simple examples. So, and you can see too, like, people can make the mistake of thinking, oh, well, this is just a way to kind of shuffle through role play just to get something over with. No, you role play. You can even role play more. You can make it really cinematic and describe what you do and then role play the NPCs and how they respond to the failure or the success. So the DM can role play, we can role play. And then you can, once the thing is over, because it happened so quickly and it didn't take much time, then your DM can narrate this whole scene as if it was a scene in a movie, you know?
Yeah.
How did this go? It's fun. You can see how some of those things could have taken half a game session if you were just doing normal, especially the combat.
Oh my
combat
gosh.
with wolves, that was over in a few minutes. That would have been half a session.
We're not saying get rid of it. It's just if you find that tedious, this is a way to speed that up. It's so easy, even the idiot can do it.
And I helped.
So if you want this PDF, it's in here.
Yes.
Oh, this is a PDF.
Well, this is a magazine.
DC20
The DC20 magazine. We'll put the link there. They're all different prices. They anywhere from like $2 to $5.
It all helps out.
But it's worth it, and it's
So
so
much worth it.
and you can make these up too. You can make up the rules all you want to. That's what Alan does, the dungeon coach, and he encourages these kind of things. So you can just make up your own rules for skill challenges.
Ends up too easy. Make it harder next time.
Yeah.
Build
Don't forget
this
to like
up.
and subscribe
Yeah.
so that happens.
So algorithms.
What's the algorithm? Can you explain it to the people in a nutshell?
Yeah, so like
right.
our friend Claudio Wild, check his channel out, loves to talk about math. The YouTube algorithm is very mathematical. When it comes down to it, likes, subscribes, watch time. Bye!